What does it take to turn a 9-month slog into a dance floor anthem? For New Order, the answer involved a naked man, a desk, and a single word. This is the true story of The Perfect Kiss, how a moment of madness shaped one of the 80s most iconic dance tracks.
With respect to Lowlife, let's start with Perfect Kiss. That was aided greatly by imbibing various.
Hi, I'm Andy Fenstermaker, host of Poetic Wax, a weekly music history series and podcast where I dig into the record collection I've been building since the 1990s to explore the sometimes little-known history of a band, an album, or a song from within. By 1985, New Order had already rewritten the rulebook. From the Ashes of Joy division, they fused post-punk grit with electronic euphoria, paving the way for the rave era. Their third album, Lowlife, was a turning point, a bold leap into polished production and danceable hooks, and at its heart was The Perfect Kiss, a track that took 9 grueling months to craft. But the real story? We're about to break it down. The Perfect Kiss wasn't an easy birth. After Power, Corruption, and Lies put New Order on the map in '83, the band, including Bernard Sumner, Peter Hook, Stephen Morris, and Gillian Gilbert, holed up in London's Britannia Row studios in late 1984. They wanted a track that could top their club hit, Blue Monday, something epic, danceable, yet unmistakably theirs. But the process dragged on and on and on. For 9 months, they wrestled with synths, drum machines, and endless takes. The Emulator 2 sampler became their weapon of choice, layering quirky sounds like a sampled frog croak that actually made the final cut. Still, the song wasn't clicking. Tensions rose, inspiration waned, and the clock kept on ticking. Despite everything they put to tape, nothing hit the level they were looking for. There wasn't that big, monumental single. Enter Rob Gretton, New Order's manager and the band's chaotic glue. Gretton had been with them since Joy Division, a no-nonsense Manchester lad who co-founded Factory Records. He wasn't just a suit, he was their spark. In this moment, with The Perfect Kiss stalling, he decided to light a fire. As Peter Hook later recalled in his memoir, Substance, Gretton stormed into the studio, shed every stitch of clothing, climbed onto a desk, and bellowed, "Make it woomph!" Picture this. 4 bleary-eyed musicians, possibly inebriated, surrounded by gear, staring up at their naked manager mid-rant. It was absurd, hilarious, and somehow exactly what they needed. That woomph wasn't just a word, it was a vibe. Gretton wanted a seismic shift, a moment on the track that hit like a tidal wave. And it worked. The band rallied, channeling that energy into the song's explosive middle section. Those pounding drums, those soaring synths, and Bernard Sumner's raw vocal delivery. It all came together.
We stayed up for 3 days, solid, constantly without any sleep.
It was a hell of a session.
The Perfect Kiss went from a slog to a statement. Nearly 9 minutes of euphoria in its full 12-inch glory, though Lowlife got a tighter 4-minute 48-second edit. Gretton's stunt was the jolt that made that masterpiece. In their inebriated state, seeing that naked man standing on a desk was akin to taking in the statue of David for the first time, but with quite a bit less muscle tone. But what about the song's DNA? What can we say about that? Lyrically, it's a little cryptic. Sumner sings of love and betrayal and a gun. Tonight, I should have stayed at home playing with my pleasure zone. A little dirty there. He has always been so strange. I'd often thought he was deranged. Pretending not to see his gun, I said, let's go out and have some fun. Some read it as a nod to Joy Division's dark past. Others see it as a twisted romance. Personally, I kind of sit in the latter camp. Indeed, the themes do include love. We believe in a land of love. But they also include death. The perfect kiss is the kiss of death. Yet Sumner has been quoted saying that he really has no clue what the song is about, noting the lyrics came together after visiting someone in the United States. This man pulled his guns from underneath his bed to show them off before they all headed out for a night out on the town. Musically, it's New Order at their peak. Hookie's bass grooves, Morris's live drums clashing with drum machines, and that frog sound, a cheeky touch from that emulator too. It's a song that builds and breaks and rebuilds, with Gretton's woomph echoing as its DNA. Released as a single in May of 1985, it hit number 46 in the UK. Not a smash, but it's become a cult classic that still ruled plenty of dance floors back in the day. And then there's the music video. The song's legacy got a nice boost from an unlikely ally, Jonathan Demme, the director behind Silence of the Lambs. Fresh off of Stop Making Sense with the Talking Heads, Demme flew to Manchester in '85 to shoot the Perfect Kiss video at New Order's rehearsal space with cinematographer Henry Olacon. Yeah, the Roman holiday guy. It's a minimalist gem, no flashy effects, just the band playing live, tweaking synths, Hook slapping bass, Morris smashing drums, and Gilbert on keys. The camera lingers on the gear, the cowbell, the frog sound trigger on the emulator too, making it a love letter to their craft. Aired on MTV, it gave The Perfect Kiss a sleek sheen, even if the single didn't chart as high as they hoped. Demme called it the perfect moment captured, and honestly, he wasn't wrong. The Perfect Kiss became a cornerstone of lowlife, an album that peaked at number 7 in the UK and cracked the Billboard 200 at 94, which was New Order's first US chart entry. It's a track that sums up their evolution, from Joy Division's shadow to a band that could make you dance and feel all at once. And it all hinged on Rob Gretton's naked dance desk, a story so bonkers that it could only happen to New Order, or maybe Iggy Pop. What do you think? Would you climb onto a desk for a song? Drop your thoughts below, hit that like button, and subscribe for more wild music tales. We'll dig into another low-life gem in the near future, so I'll see you next time.